Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive? Today we're tackling something really exciting, Australian real estate.
More specifically, first-time buyer grants and schemes in Australia.
Right. We got a ton of questions from you about this after our last Aussie Real Estate Riches episode, so
Oh, you're covered.
we're going to break it all down step by step.
It can be super confusing. So
Totally. Think of this as like your cheat sheet to navigating all the financial help that's out there
exactly.
when you're a first-time buyer in Australia. So
To make it.
let's start with the big one, the first homeowner grant.
The FHOG. Everyone wants to know about that one.
FHOG, yeah. It's basically free money from the government to help you buy your first home.
I mean, it's not exactly free.
Well,
There are
really,
some ish.
Free-ish. There you go.
Free-ish money. Up to like $10,000 or even more in some places.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. But you got to know the rules.
So spill the tea. What are the catches? Well, first off, it usually applies to new homes, like brand new construction or ones that haven't been lived in before.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the amount you get, it can vary depending on what state you're buying in.
So got to do your homework.
Oh, yeah, big time.
But let's say, just for fun, you found this amazing new place listed at, I don't know, $500,000.
Very nice.
With the FHOG, you could potentially have an extra 10 grand towards your deposit.
Or even to cover those closing costs.
That's huge, like actually life-changing for some people.
It can really take the edge off that initial financial hurdle.
Okay, so FHOG is like that initial boost. But what about long-term saving strategies?
That's where the First Home Super Saver Scheme comes in.
FHSS, yeah. This one sounds kind of complicated.
It is a little bit tricky, but stick with me. Basically, you put extra money into your superannuation fund, right, your retirement savings. And then, when you're ready to buy, you can withdraw those contributions plus any earnings they've made to put toward your deposit.
So it's like your super is working double duty.
Exactly.
Saving for retirement and helping you buy a home.
Plus, you get some sweet tax benefits along the way.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
Well, contributions to your super are usually taxed at a lower rate than your normal income. So your money grows faster.
Smart.
Right. The podcast gave this awesome example. If you contribute like $10,000 a year, you could potentially access up to $50,000 for your deposit through the FHSS.
Wow, $50,000. That's way more than I would guess.
It's the power of compound interest, baby.
Okay, so far we've talked about these federal programs, the FHOG and the FHSS. But
There's more.
there's more.
Oh, yeah. Each state and territory in Australia has its own WN set of incentives for first-time buyers.
Hold up, so we're talking like a whole buffet of options here.
Exactly. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure for home buyers.
Okay, I am officially intrigued. Let's get into those state-specific programs.
Let's do it. Okay, so remember how we said the FHOG can be different in each state?
Yeah, like it depends on where you're buying.
Right. Well, in Victoria, it gets even more specific.
Yeah.
The amount you get can actually change depending on whether you're buying in Metro Melbourne or like a regional area.
Oh, interesting. So city versus countryside.
Exactly. And guess what? They actually give you a bigger grant if you buy in regional Victoria.
Seriously, like they're actually encouraging people to move out of the city.
Seems that way.
Yeah,
It's a pretty sweet deal if you're open to living outside the hustle and bustle.
I bet. That extra cash could make a huge difference.
Totally. And on top of that, Victoria also has some great stamp duty concessions or even exemptions for first-time buyers.
Wait, hold on. Remind me what stamp duty is again. It's one of those real estate terms that always trips me up.
Yeah, it's basically a tax you pay when you buy a property. And it can be a lot, especially in a place like Victoria where prices are already high.
Oof. Yeah, it's not fun.
But the good news is, as a first-time buyer, you might not have to pay it at all, or you could get a big discount.
Okay, so that's another win for Victoria. Regional bonuses, A&D, potential stamp duty breaks. Sounds like they're really trying to attract first-time buyers.
For sure. All right, now let's hop over to New South Wales. They've got their own bag of tricks.
Ooh, lay it on me. What's New South Wales doing?
Well, they're really focused on helping people buy in specific price ranges. They offer stamp duty exemptions or concessions for properties under a certain price.
So if you're looking for something more affordable, New South Wales might be the way to go.
Definitely. They're making it a lot easier for first-time buyers to get into those lower price brackets.
That's awesome. I love that they're thinking about different budgets.
Now, remember how we talked about Queensland being big on regional areas?
Yeah, they had those targeted grants, right?
Yep. And it gets even better. They actually have grants specifically for rural areas.
Wow, so if you're dreaming of a life out in the country, Queensland's got your back.
Exactly. They're really trying to boost those rural communities.
It's cool to see how each state has its own approach. It's like they're all competing to offer the best deals.
It's a win-win for first-time buyers, that's for sure.
Okay, so we've covered Victoria, New South Wales, and Queensland. What about the other states? Are they doing anything cool?
Oh, absolutely. Each state has its own unique programs and incentives. We don't have time to go through them all right now,
Oh, man.
but the main takeaway is don't just focus on the federal programs. Make sure you check out what your specific state is offering.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't leave any money on the table.
Right. You might be surprised at what you find.
Okay, so we've uncovered all these amazing programs for first-time buyers in Australia.
The FHOG, the FHSS, all those state-specific goodies.
Right, and I feel like we've really, demystified the process a bit.
Yeah, hopefully it's not so overwhelming now.
But I do want to touch on one more thing before we wrap up.
Okay, what's that?
It's not just about, finding the program that gives you the most money.
Right. There's more to it than that.
It's about finding the one that fits your life, you know?
Like, what are your goals? Where do you want to live?
Exactly. So maybe you're drawn to the city life, all the action and excitement.
Yeah, Melbourne's got a lot going on.
In that case, those Victorian stamp duty concessions might be super appealing.
Totally. But if you're more of a country person at heart,
Yeah, peace and quiet, wide open spaces.
Queensland's rural grants might be more your style.
See, it's all about finding that perfect match.
Like a puzzle piece.
And remember, there are people who can help you figure it all out.
Oh, yeah. Mortgage brokers,
Yeah.
real estate agents.
They've been there, done that.
They can help you make the best decisions for your situation.
So, to everyone out there who's dreaming of owning a home in Australia,
Don't give up on that dream.
do your research, ask questions, and get ready for an amazing adventure.
It's going to be a wild ride, but it's so worth it.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Australian real estate for first-time buyers.
We hope you learned a ton.
And who knows, maybe we'll see you out there celebrating your new home ownership.
Cheers to that.